Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominions 5. I'm the False God, and we are playing today as Porphyrion in Hellenica. And we're on turn 35. I believe I was on vacation for this upcoming bunch of turns. Let's see. I definitely can remember my password, just gotta get there. We finished Conjuration 6. That's going to get us Cares, and then Blood 3 is going to get us our Blood Gift of Reason. Biowater, Ice Drake, Astral Window. We got some handful of Blood Slaves, not too many, but we just have a little trickle that's going to get us started on the whole train. Famine, awesome. Misfortune, awesome. Blood Slave +1. It says Virgins plural. How can it only give me one? It's not fair. Unfortunately, our first tyrant immediately comes out insane. So I told Arpathius this was his fault, and it was named Cursed by Nabatem. So that is pretty unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and put up Gigantomachia this turn, and we're working on our Palisades. We got to get somebody up here to take over. Obviously, this is kind of a waste of this mage's time. I just didn't think far enough ahead. This guy being insane this turn is pretty unfortunate. We definitely had things we needed him to do, like summon the Cares, or get prepped for, let's see, sort of get prepped for these thrones. I believe this is our throne killing equipment plan against this down here. I think it's against that one. Yeah, this one I don't need to smash it for. This one we're going to try and smash up the... need to be able to smash up the monolith. So, definitely unfortunate for him to go insane. They're only Shadowed Soul 5, so it's a really unlucky roll. But, it sort of is what it is. Let's see if we're doing anything cool. Making some more gear to help us prep to take these thrones. We're going to try and super combatant them, obviously, with our tyrants. Making our staff of elemental mastery that will allow us to cast Eternal Pyre next turn, I believe. Some more gear, Gigantomachia. Trying to, so this is happening, I think, midway through the Fascia game, like towards the end of the Fascia game I was playing, when I was starting to do a better job with items. So I was trying to really get ahead on building my item bank, because the Fascia bit I was sort of always a turn too slow, and I was trying to sort of get ahead a little bit. So that's a lot of the gear that we're forging. So Gigantomachia going up. So I guess I should mention it is essentially the same spell in Hellenica. The only difference is that it is at a lower research level. I think it's the only difference. And that is going to do what it says here on the tin. It is going to up our Dominion conflict bonus. It's going to make our giants cost a little bit less. And it's going to allow us to recruit little baby titans as units, who then, once we have enough of a blood economy, we can make into army thugs and small raiders using our newly researched Lastragonian Feast. So that's pretty neat. So let's go ahead, let's jump into 36 here. I don't want to dwell too much on 35. While there is relevant things going on, they're not necessarily exciting. So here, we traded some stuff to Bandarlog, Rings of Regen. Our nature income obviously is terrible. We're searching with our shamans, but it's not a strong path for us. We cast Gigantomachia, which is awesome. Global Enchantment was cast successfully. We found it on this forest. So like I said, we're out there searching. Missed on this one. 15 Blood Slaves. Abyssia rides out and dies. Not too much to see there. Rebirth event. Gained a lab and nature gems. That is obviously better than not getting that. It's a little exposed though. And we get attacked by a Black Knight here. So that's a lot of Demon Knights that we're going to need to go and figure out. Also, Nabatem perishes. TNN finishes them off. So that is the end of that. So I'm gonna pour one out for our Patheus. Okay, we are going to attack the throne. Here is our kit. Cursed by Nabatem's going in there. He's got a lead shield, smasher, a crown of lead, copper plate, girdle of might, and then he's got the flying carpet. Again, the flying carpet is sort of a luxury item in terms of getting there faster, because otherwise you can see, right, he's only got map move 12 and it's going to take him a long time to get here. So adding that carpet is saving us a lot of tyrant time. I did test this fight a bunch, but I did test it while I was on vacation, so I don't know, it was quite up to my usual standards. Excited to show it though. Besides that, we're going for Eternal Pyre on Encalados. I thought it made sense to try and stack up all of my globals on a single unit, just because that way we can try and keep him safer as opposed to doing it across multiple guys. We can also look to twice-born him in the near future. Our problem with some of our stuff is our gem income isn't very good, and that is, of course, because we're very small. We need to get out and site search this if we can. We just found the endless forest we found is up here. But more spell focuses, Eye of the Void, more rune smashers. We're forging another kit so that we can prepare the next guy to go and take out this throne. And it'll be a slightly different kit, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. You can also see now that we are able to recruit our Lastrygonian. So very expensive, 225 gold for a unit, but they've got 123 HP. They're size 6. When you give them Gift of Reason, I think their path is like 2 fire, 1 earth, 1 death, something like that. So definitely they're also population killers, and they cause unrest, and they're insane. They are definitely not as good as the tyrants, but they can be great army thugs, and they're closer to light thugs in the sense that you could mix them up. Like if you've got your army going out, you can make the enemy have to worry about both the big tyrants, but you can also field the smaller ones. Kind of mix up what your options are and try and mess with their commitments. But I think in army, thugs are going to be some of their best use. This province also got taken by the Demon Knights, so we're going to go ahead and take that back. I think with our god. Our god plus a bunch of troops. I didn't want to test it, and I wasn't sure if the god was going to win or not, so I gave him some backup. Besides that, yeah, I think that's mostly what we're doing this turn. Let's go ahead and see how this throne battle goes. So we're going up to turn 37, I believe. Okay. So, our first problem, as you can see, we have been elfed. Which is not great. Not great. Do not love seeing the elves here. We put up Eternal Pyre. Let's go ahead and look at some of the stuff he's got. I think when he did this to me, I was like, no, now I have to go look up what Hellenica TNN does. So Ungeared Thug with just a bunch of Tuatha. And then it's important to keep in mind that TNN in Hellenica gets free Tuatha warriors from, I think, every province with luck 3 and a temple, something like that. So they're going to have a lot more of them than usual. He gets the mercs get me there. I think this might be the throne battle, though. So let's go ahead and watch this. No, this is not the throne battle. This is the Demon Knight battle. We lost 10 Iron Guard. It's okay. Elfed. You can see it's usually about 20 Tuatha warriors with a She Lord. Elves all over the place. This must be the throne battle. Okay. So we'll go ahead and go through our script. Trying to remember. I know we're gonna do. Let's just watch it. But let's go ahead and show what's over here again. So it's a lot of these watchers, and then some heavy infantry, and this big old monolith. So that's why we have the Smasher. So we're gonna do Soul Vortex. That's obviously gonna do a lot against these guys. It will not help us against this stuff in the back. Phoenix Pyre, Soul Vortex and Phoenix Pyre, great combination. Help with the reinvigoration bit. Iron Will, because we don't want to get Soul Slayed to death by that monolith. And then Earth Power again, great with Phoenix Pyre for that reinvig. We're now over 100 fatigue, but as the enemy gets into melee with us, that should quickly change. Finally, we're going to do Temper Flesh. I think that's the end of our script. We're at 7 extra reinvigoration. So, the enemy is busy casting Army of Giants and Strength of Giants and all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, and then we fly because we have the flying part was a little scary because I didn't know necessarily exactly where we were going to fly. I honestly would choose not to fly, except that I needed him to have that item to get here fast enough. I don't know, maybe I could have scripted a different set of orders that would have caused him not to fly. Because if he'd flown farther in, and so be standing in range of these guys the whole time, it gets a little scarier. He's got 25 SR, but these guys have 27 lightning damage, so it's pretty scary, and we don't have any actual like regeneration. Though we will be gaining, lots of extra hit points from our Soul Vortex. So unsurprisingly, we have no trouble with the infantry. That's going to go ahead and route right off the field. This guy's got like 4 attacks or something. So he takes care of that pretty quick. Let's fast forward for just a second here. Till the lightning starts. There's a big earth elemental. Amusingly enough, I think the Smasher is very good against that. Another big earth. Okay, so this is where it's going to start. This is where the risk comes. Is once we're in range of the Watchers. Because you could see, look at that. We just, we got a never healing wound. We were somewhere up at 150 plus hit points, and we're down to 70. And we're stunned. Now, the stun part isn't as relevant. It just means it's going to take us longer to kill stuff. Luckily, our fatigue is very low. So we're going to get zapped again. So now we're here, 105 HP, picked up a limp, 56 fatigue. Strength of Gaia. I just did not put enough shock resistance on. Luckily, we're routed, but he's berserk, so it doesn't matter. I thought that 25 shock resistance was gonna mostly negate this stuff. To some degree, like I did test it, but it is not enough. We blow up there. 91 fatigue. Here it comes. These guys' accuracy is just perfect. I guess their precision at 25. They're just extremely good. Down to 50 HP, but we're back below 100. Now I think that they have limited ammunition, so if we theoretically last long enough, they'll eventually run out of ammunition and we'll just kill them. The monolith is busy just doing absolutely nothing. This one's nice. We're a little bit farther away. Helps us dodge some of these. Our fatigue though is over 100. So it's going to take us a couple rounds of combat. But we spawned farther away, so a lot more misses. 53 HP, 106 fatigue. 106 fatigue. 96 fatigue. We do manage to... We jump up in the air, that's great. Obviously, we have to dodge all of those shots. We get immediately petrified. Now we have plenty of MR, so I wouldn't expect Petrify to get us too bad. From the dying perspective. And I think these guys are now out of ammunition. So eventually, we should hopefully unpetrify here. We'll go ahead and speed it up. And then start bashing our way through. Obviously, I don't think these guys can route. Maybe petrified again. These commanders here really, you know, holding down the line. This guy looks ethereal somehow, because that was the monolith. Petrified. I love how just like the armies of Porphyrion are routed. Just, you know, we don't care about that. It would keep these guys in the field too anyway, even if they could run. Petrified. We're just watching this because I'm enjoying giving these guys the what for here. I mean, these guys, so these have 20 protection and 100 health, and you can see this guy does kill them pretty quickly when he's not petrified. Busy whacking all around. Eventually he'll go get the monolith. Monolith now on Blade Wind. Okay, anyway, we don't need to watch the whole thing. The monolith doesn't have any items. We do win. Killed 66 things. It got a little dicey there, for sure. But we pulled it off. We got attacked again and again. And Abyssia, we can watch this. I mean, Abyssia dies. Abyssia loses. And our dude picks up a heroic ability, heroic toughness. So he's going to have a lot of hit points, making up for that never healing wound. We get the Throne of the Sun. So heat, order, and growth does nothing good for us, unfortunately. It's literally bad. But then, you know, 3 fire gems and the fire resistance are important. Yeah, those are nice. Again, though, we don't really have anybody to bless, so it's really only going to be impacting our one dude, or our one mage, as our only sacred. Not counting, we have the incredibly far away, overwhelming hubris, which I have no intentions of casting, because we have no bless to speak of. So, as you can see, we've lost, you know, all of our Nabatem gains plus some. So that's pretty bad. It's also going to mean that this is probably going to have to be put on hold for a while. I don't think I can just take this throne with all of this going on. Enceladus has been fully decked out. He's going to try and hold this until his palisade goes up. I don't remember why I didn't fly this guy home. He's just researching. I should probably fly home. We're moving Cursed by Nabatem up to intercept here to try and save all these gems in this temple, try and catch somebody out. Besides that, you know, we're moving back with these troops, and we're going to prepare a whole bunch of extra gear to try and catch Elvish patrollers. And we need to get our armies sort of kicked into gear. More spell pen gear, anti-magic, main gosh of parrying. I believe the plan of the main goshes is to put them on like the Cyclops, and then they can do minor raiding. The Skull Staff on the Palisades. Starshine, Skullcat, more astral gear. We're gonna get try and get Mind Hunt going as well. It's a good way of picking off these sort of Elvish squads. We didn't see any gear on them, so those commanders are vulnerable. Once we get, I think we have it all researched. We just need to get enough of the gear together to make that happen. And when we do, we can't put hats on our people. But we can't put hats on these people. Oh, here's our Mind Hunters. Yeah, we're already started. We're going to make some more gear, though. And we're going to try and Mind Hunt these elves. They have, I think they have, you know, decent base MR, but they don't have any extra, like, buffs. So 18. So when we're able to put +5 pen, we're more likely than not to get those kills. So trying to make use of them. But yeah, we need to try and stem the tide here, and then put armies together and roll out. Is sort of all we can do. Need to spend our blood slaves too. We're still constrained in how many death mages we sort of have access to, and what we want to be able to do with our tyrants at any one time. So I'm not necessarily... Where's this guy going? He's going over here. Why did I send him over here? I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember why he's moving over here. Oh, I think I figured out why. Because I'm afraid that I'm gonna get attacked by Delphine as well. Because yeah, that's happening now. So, you know, concerning developments, it's never great to lose 7, 8 provinces to the Elves, but we've got a lot of research. We've got plenty of troops. We've got nice, you know, bit of gems. The Elves do have a pair of globals up, giving them extra PD, and then the Celestial Rainbow, giving them extra income. So we're gonna do our best. Do our best here. All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna call it here. This was turn 37. It is time to fight the Elves. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.